Hey there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter, and today we're gonna make some cute little cards. Little cards. These aren't cards, these are tags. Oh my goodness, I've been working too hard. I don't even know what they're called. But I wanted to show you my new fake Winkastella, my faux Stellas, my faux Winks in action, and I used them on this tag, and I thought I'd show you how to do it too. Super easy. What we're going to use is a waterproof brown ink pad or black, whatever you have. I'm going to use these ornament stamps. These are by About Art Accents or Art Deco. They're the same company now. About Art Accents bought Art Deco, and all of their stamps for both companies can be found at www.artdeco.com. And I'm using my curved mount because these are, I do not have these cushioned, so I want to make sure I'm going to make good contact. So see, that stamps really well on a rocking mount. This is the Rock-A-Block by Crafter's Companion. And actually I want to show you this tip here. I didn't have a chance to mount these, so what I did is I just took the stamp and I took a glue stick. This is just a washable children's glue stick from Target, and just going to put a little bit on the back and slap it on the mount. And you can just wipe that off with a baby wipe when you're done. So it's a great solution if you don't want to take the time to mount these, or you don't want to take the expense, or I like to use that Aleene's Tack It over and over again, and it takes, you know, I have to leave it to dry overnight. And sometimes I've got stamps that I just want to use right away. So, and that's usually the case with the Art Deco stamps. I just gotta get them, just gotta use them. All right, and I'm gonna stamp this one on this tag here. Alright, I also want to stamp a little sentiment. So I've got Season's Greetings here. So I think I'm going to do that along the edge of each of these. And again, I used the glue stick on this one too. It's such a handy little trick. I used to think it'd be a pain to clean the glue. It's all wipe with a baby wipe, so it's not that big of a pain at all. There we go. And actually, I probably should be stamping Merry Christmas, but my Merry Christmas stamp's all the way on the other side of the room. Anybody that's that concerned with political correctness can not get one of my tags, I guess. I don't know. Did that sound rude? I'm sorry if it did. I didn't mean it that way. Alright, so then what I like to do, if I know I'm going to be using watercolor markers, which are these, I'm using my Tombos, I'm just going to zap this for a few seconds with my heat tool. That just makes sure the ink is good and dry if I don't feel like waiting for it to dry completely. And I'm not a big fan of waiting, as you know. Boy, these are awfully pretty. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is just color these, and just whatever, you could use whatever markers you have. You can use, well, if you're going to use alcohol markers, you want to use a like a Memento ink pad or something that's not going to react with the or run with the alcohol markers. I'm using waterproof ink because I'm using watercolor markers, and I could also color these with just plain watercolors if I wanted to. Actually, alcohol markers wouldn't be a bad idea because we're going to go over it with the faux Winkastella markers or pens that I made. So it probably would be a better idea. Although we'll heat set this again and it will be surprisingly, the colors will stay pretty darn well. Okay, I'm just seeing if I want any more yellow there. There, see, it's actually quicker when you batch things up like this. So I can go in and I can do a bunch at once, just kind of skip around while I have the marker uncapped. This is not a coloring video though, obviously. I'm just kind of slapping the color on. These are some of my older yard sale Tombos. You can tell because it's got the they got the red tape on them. I think that's how the person I bought it from, how they would keep their markers separate from other people's. This is one of my new ones though, from the Muted set from my design team. Goodies. Let's see, what do I want to do? I think I'll go right around that star with this. This is a lot darker. Actually, you could even use the markers to color the rubber and stamp with them. If you wanted to save yourself a step, then you'd have just a multicolored line image and you could just leave it as it is. Do that ribbon too, that's pretty. When I'm coloring on camera, usually if I'm coloring, I've got my face right in there and I'm looking at everything really close up. So when I'm coloring on camera, I'm standing back a bit so my head doesn't get in the shot. So usually my aim is not so hot with the coloring. I'm just gonna go right around there with that lighter red. I like the shade of red. It's kind of like a watermelon red. It's not really pinky, but it's definitely not orangey. It's this nice, nice neutral red. And I think I didn't do a very good job on that, is what I think. And maybe go back in with this. Oh, I had a darker, oh, there's my darker green. I want that darker green right here. But you could color your decorations however you want. These remind me of the ones my grandmother used to have. She used to have these decorations, and they had these like indents in the middle, and sometimes they'd have little scenes in them. I loved her decorations. I wonder whatever became of those. All right, so now I'm gonna hit this with the heat gun again because I don't want the colors to run when I go over them with my glitter pens. Actually, you know what? I bet we'd have plenty of time. We could do a step. We could do some other steps while that way we can be absolutely sure that that's dry. I'm just gonna go around this with this green ink pad, and I was using this in another video. Actually, I think it's a video that's gonna be coming out tomorrow or the day after. But anyway, I was talking about how much I like these ink pads, and they were super cheap, and I got them at a coupon with AC Moore. Like probably it was when they first opened, so. I don't know. That's been many years when they first opened in Maine, and they were by the Sugarloaf Company, and that company went out of business. I don't know if they still have them or not, but I paid like 16 bucks for 30 ink pads, and they're the best for like inking the edges because they have a firm foam top, and I've re-inked them several times since then, but it's just really, really neat. All right, I've got some of that dollar store washi tape, and you know what I love about this, look, you just need tiny little pieces so you can still hoard your washi tape and do this. Let's see, let's go here. You just want to stick a few pieces down, make a little bit of a border. And I'm going to do both sides at the same time. I mean both tags at the same time, and fold over any excess to the back. There were, and I'm glad I grabbed these when I did, because the next time I went to the dollar store, they didn't have them, or hadn't gotten any more in, and I haven't seen them at any of the other dollar stores. This isn't from the dollar store. This is from Oriental Trading, but at least I think it is. But yeah, I have learned that if I see them, to grab them. I don't like that. Nice thing about it being kind of low tack is if you change your mind, you can lift it back up. And maybe that's upside down. It doesn't bother me though. So, getting ready for the holidays. Thanksgiving's going to be coming along in a couple of weeks, and then bam, will be Christmas before you know it. I'm telling you what. It seems to go faster and faster every single year. Basketball season is gonna start anytime now. They've started practices already. It's unreal how fast the years go. Let's see, I've already used that, and what haven't I used? Oh, I haven't used this little ornament tape yet. And we got our huge snowfall. Took out power for a couple of days. If you noticed, I didn't blog for a couple of days. It was nuts. We had 17 inches of snow here. And now it's just about all gone because the weather's been in the 50s since then. But man, people lost power. My neighbors right around the corner were out for like 4 days. So, I mean, I had nothing to complain about. We got our power back fairly quickly, but those guys were out for a while. It was awful. So, and I hear we're in for a pretty big doozy of a winter. So I think I'm going to just make sure I schedule everything ahead of time. All right, so I feel like I need something else here. I don't know. What am I missing there? I'm missing something. Oh, gingerbread. Yeah, so we're supposed to have a real doozy of a winter, and we had quite a doozy last year, quite frankly. We had a lot of snow. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and add my ribbon right now. It's going to take a couple pieces. You could make these as ornaments. You could even put a pocket on the back for a gift card if you wanted to, although I'm starting to think that maybe... because I do a lot of gift cards, and I'm thinking that cash would be a better option. I usually make a little something homemade, but I don't want to be, I don't know, I do a little something else, because, I always wonder if people think I'm cheap because I make homemade gifts, so I usually put a gift card too, but then you're like saying they have to go to this particular store, and you never know if the store's going to stay in business, or if their gift cards are going to expire, so... I mean, gosh, cash is good everywhere. I'm thinking about that. Let me know what you think. Do you think that's tacky? I don't know. All right, so I've got my faux gold glitter pen that I made yesterday, and I'm just going to rock it back and forth to make sure it's mixed up. You can see the glittery goodness inside. And you know, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to kind of test it on a scrap. This is a card. Oh, oops! My pen was a little bit red because I probably didn't heat set something properly. All right, that looks like it's flowing pretty good. And I am just going to give it a little, maybe just a little squeeze. There we go. So you probably don't have to squeeze the Wink of Stellas at all. There's that little, the hint of shimmer you get with that. I kind of like to just make sure it's flowing before I put it on my, oh yeah, it's really flowing now. So, you know, it does have its, disadvantages, but I think it's pretty good for the, considering I had everything right on hand. And this was the bigger of the brushes there. I think that's a nice little, just a little hint of glitter. Can you see that? You know, I'll show you the dry one again so you can, what did I do with that one? I'll show you the dry one again just so you can see how it dries. So this was, I just made this like 15 minutes ago and it's already dry. And the glitter doesn't seem to be flaking off. Maybe a little bit, not bad. But there you have it, some very quick and easy gift tags that you can make using stamps from artneco.com, your markers, your inks. Have fun with it. Use the supplies you have and make it totally unique. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe and check out my other Christmas card making and craft videos. If you run low on inspiration, I'll help you out there. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.